Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from Life of Crafting, and this is I'm trying to do a once a month series of using up scraps. So I just finished the August 2022 sheetload of cards, and the whole sketch, which you can find, I'll try and put the link down below for that video. I used this Bunny Apple Cider collection paper to make those cards with, and when those cards were done, all I had left was the 6" by, like, whatever, is this like a 1/2 inch or something? Maybe 3/4 of an inch is what I had left. So I thought, what do you do with those little strips? I know some people will put them inside the bottom of a card, but I had found this card sketch at one point in the past. This is coming out of my sketchbook. I unfortunately don't see anything marking it, and I got it off of Pinterest, so I don't know whose sketch it was. So I liked that you could just use those strips, because I think we all have those tiny strips that come left over after you use up some papers. So for this, there is so many pieces of scrap and things getting used. I am so excited. So in here, like I said, I used this paper, and then I've had off to the side, if you watch the video, like I said, for that sheetload of card, I have a stack of papers that is just miscellaneous. I've gotten, I don't even know where. So these are just papers in that pile, and I pulled them out and I did a double layer on it. Again, because it's got so many fall colors going on in the paper. So forgiving that I could bring in pretty much anything. I did need something lighter to do the stamping on. So in the sketch, they do have the band up a little higher, but I needed to drop it down because I have a lot of these cut of these leaves, and I partially explained why in my video from the sheetload. So I'm trying to use them up, but they're much longer, so I needed to drop the band down, so I knew I was going to have room for them to be on there and still fit inside this stitched circle. The stitched circle I got, I just have these foundation dies from Queen & Company, and I know when I need those types of stitched, shapes, one of their foundation dies is going to have it. So this just happens to be the one I pulled out and had a good size, and I think it's a little, maybe like 2" size one. And the other thing was I had to make sure I got all my banners. For me to free cut them, I would have just destroyed them. So I pulled out, I've had this Stampin' Up flag punch, banner punch, whatever they called it from years ago. It is discontinued, but I know that I could get them into here and get them all cut so that those flags at the end were going to be the same. What was nice about it, like I said, they were 6 inches long, so I just put in here the strip, and then after I had my card ready to go, I could then decide what I wanted for the length to cut off, and I believe these were a 4 1/4 inch length is what I went with here. So in preparation, like I said, I cut down and got all of the paper strips. Now this particular strip, or this particular paper pack, had 36 pages. So when I cut everything, what I had left was going to give me 4 cards of 5. Really, I only got 24 strips. I wonder, I'm not sure, because it was 3. Well, yeah, I don't know how that wound up working out. I know I was one short, so I just spaced them out a little bit, and I cut my back panel. Instead of it being a 4 by 5 1/4 on this one, I cut it 1/4 inch shorter, and I just spaced them out and went with 4. I don't think you notice as much. But I want to tell you that I did have to go and bring in my stamp apparatus. This is from Stampin' Up. I can't find my stamping platform from Holtz. So I'm using this thanks stamp that was from Close to My Heart. It's the same stamps that I used in the other one, and I'm a firm believer, and if I have it out, I might as well just keep, you know, using it. I should mention, I use these cards as giveaways in an online business for, my husband and I have a retail business that's online. And I use these as giveaways when people buy items. I put these cards in there as a little small gesture of thank you. So if you're wondering like why I make so many cards, that's why. Some people use them at retirement homes, but I personally, that's how I use mine. So for me, it doesn't matter that I'm very repetitious in using the same stamps and that type of thing. So as I was explaining, for me it's just easier to just, if I have the stamp out, just keep rolling with it. So if you're wondering about the leaves, I have a lot of different dies that are leaves. This particular one came out of a Stampin' Up! Leaves set that was out many years ago. If I had to guess, it's probably from like maybe 2015 era. And I mean, any leaves will do. This was a Big's die. I don't know if it was a Stampin' Up. It may have been. But I took all types of different ones. This, I believe, is a Spellbinders or an Impression Obsession. This is another one. Oh, this comes out of the Big's die. I think that was an old Stampin' Up. And that may be the Big's die as well. There's 4-in-1 die that cuts out of the Big's die. And I think this is definitely one. That, I'm not sure. But I just have a bunch of different leaves dies, and I cut them out. And then as I was just doing, as I put them on, this is the foam that came out of my stamp machine. But if you have any kind of like a foam, I just crease it. And different leaves call for different things. This particular one, to me, seems like it should go that way. Because of the shape of the leaf, that's how I do it. The oak leaf, anything to give it a little bit of 3D volume. And I'm not really worried about like mailing it, because when it gets mailed, they're gonna get flattened out. But having them creases in there are gonna give some type of idea to the person receiving it. It adds a little bit of something to the card. You can always go back and fluff them up too if they get done, or if they get flattened when you're storing them. I love doing this too because you can use up so many different scraps. I really didn't get out my tub or my box that they're in, but I've used old printed papers scraps that I've had, foils, whatever size die that you have that's leaves, you know, you can use. And the good thing about fall is that with the leaves, they all go together. I mean, I'm not even looking to match up. I mean, like this color, this wine color isn't in any of this, but it matches with the fall. This particular paper has like a polka dot texture to it. I have taken some of my die cuts when they are out, put them in an embossing folder and embossed them to give them extra texture for them. This is like a one-sided paper, but because it's on the card, you're not even noticing that the back doesn't have anything on it. So the last thing, I am using my reverse tweezers to get that on there because there is so much dimension. Things do kind of want to lift off, so that's my last thing. The last thing to mention that I used was, this is from, I'm not even sure which of the major craft stores anymore, but I found this hemp in the like jewelry making aisle, and I used up the really thin one already, but I like that it gives different, this one's got like a darker, almost real rigidness to it. This, you know, they get a little thicker as you go through, but depending on what your project is, you know, for the price, oh wait, it does say Michael's, so it was Michael's. I don't think, you know, I got this on sale. I don't think I paid more than $2 for it. So, the different ones had different lengths. The other one had 41 feet, 30. So I thought this was a really good bargain for the price. And I'm on a mission to kind of use it up now. get that out of my stash. So this will now conclude for all of my scraps from the Apple Cider's collection of Bo Bunny. Like I said, it kind of is weird because I have, this would be 24. I don't know how I don't have, you know why? Because this came off of me doing my card bases, which was 2 sheets. Okay. If you watch the video, you'll know that I use 1 sheet completely without scraps. So that's why I only have 24. So I'm happy I figured that puzzle out for myself. Oh my. So I hope you, I guess I can get this off. I hope you liked my cards from scraps. I think, you know, somebody looking at this wouldn't think it's just scraps that they received. I think I'd be impressed if somebody sent that to me, but maybe I'm easily, oh, and this is even scrap. This was cut off of some of the card bases and stuff that I used to make the other cards too. So this card is, I want to say, almost 100% scraps. Scraps are my unwanted stash of cardstock paper. So hope you got some inspiration. If you did, I really appreciate some thumbs up down below. It would help build my channel. And if you want more inspiration coming in the future, be sure to subscribe down below. That'll help get my newly uploaded videos into your feed when they get loaded, and it will alert you that it's there versus you having to go and take a look at my channel to see if there's anything new. So I have quite a bit more already scheduled to go up and lots more to come. Hope to see you again soon. I appreciate you watching my video. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you next time.